Welcome to Virgin Voyages Brilliant Lady. We have waited 2 years to get this ship with these views. We are live from New York City. Hey guys, welcome back. So I have ventured all the way to New York City just to give you guys a little preview of what you can expect on Brilliant Lady. Now you know how we feel about Virgin Voyages here, so this is nothing new, but there have been some significant changes made to this ship to accommodate some of the new ports that they will be going to. Also, if you didn't know, Virgin Voyages has now officially been around for 4 years, and so it's time to get a little bit of an upgrade. So there have been some food changes, some ship space changes, and everything across the board. So don't worry, I'm going to fill you in on everything that's different and walk you through it. If you're new here, be sure to hit the subscribe, hit the like, and let's get into this video. Welcome to the most noticeable difference on Brilliant Lady, the roundabout. Now this is the atrium area that you see when you first board the ship, and as you can see, it has gotten a beautiful upgrade. It's now giving more of a boutique feel where there are tons of chairs and windows to look out when you're visiting those colder locations. This area used to be an area that people would just kind of pass through to get to the next space, but now it's very inviting and it's really a great place to gather and to connect with other travelers. In the corner here, you will notice the Drow House bar. Now this used to be really separate from everything that was in this roundabout area, but now it's almost like an extended part with more seating and a bar that is at the center of everything. If you've been on any Virgin Voyages ship, you know this artwork hallway on deck 7 is a staple of the floor. This one has this beautiful seahorse that opens up to say "Ahoy, Brilliant." If you've ever watched one of my videos, you know the dock house is my favorite place. Now this area has an indoor and outdoor space that can be utilized to order food and have drinks at the bar. Visually, there aren't many changes outside of small artwork and a little bit of different options for seating, but what has significantly changed is the menu at the dock house. Some of my favorites are now gone, so I'm not so happy about this. Monkfish is one of the new items that you can get, and even though it has a really strong smell, it's actually very good and the best addition they have. They've also added beef kafta skewers, which I was not a huge fan of, but it has a pretty presentation. Last but not least, you can also get mushrooms. Now, I am a huge mushroom fan, but I honestly did not really like this meal. Another update you can look forward to from Virgin Voyages is the main pool. So allegedly it's a little bigger than it is on the other ships now. I don't see it. It doesn't look that much bigger to me, but I don't spend a lot of time here, so I don't know. But let's go on to the next stop. Another change that I think was much needed was this to the athletic deck. You can now look out of the glass here. It's no longer blocked by the covering and the seats face outwards. This is an absolutely amazing spot, perfect to get you a tan if you need it, which I do not need it. So I'm gonna turn around and look at you guys. But this area is absolutely beautiful and I love the way that they have changed the layout. And another thing that is amazing about it is this. Virgin listened to our feedback about needing shade and they installed these covers over these seats here in the athletic deck. Thank goodness, because it gets really hot up here. Not much has changed with the cabins outside of this additional room type, which is known as the slightly smaller sea terrace. This was created as a result of the shape changes that had to be done in order for this ship to fit through the Panama Canal. Now the lifeboats are in a little bit more, so it gives you more of a different type of obstructed view than what the limited view sea terrace was. You'll notice that these doors are different than what you have in a traditional sea terrace where you would have a sliding door. This one was hard for me to unlock, but you open it like this, and the biggest difference is you have 2 hammocks on the balcony. Now this balcony is clearly smaller. To me it seems a little bit smaller than slightly, if I'm honest, and this would not be my preferred room. However, if you need to save money and you're in between getting a interior room versus a balcony, I would say this is great because you can kind of see out. But as you guys can see here, I kind of struggled with getting comfortable in it because it's so close to the wall, and the standard sea terrace rooms are not like this. So I don't know, book at your own risk. Next up, we head to the galley for the Grounds 2 coffee bar. Now this traditionally was just where you would get specialty coffee, but it's now been expanded to hold an entire bar and have different alcohols for you. Now this change has already been made to Scarlet Lady, so their Grounds 2 looks like this, but this was my first time seeing it in person. I love the additional seating that they've added around, and this will make for the perfect place to bring my laptop and edit and work in the morning. I have saved the best difference for last, and that is Rojo by Razzle Dazzle. Now you will only find this restaurant on Brilliant Lady, and boy, this was a phenomenal change. This restaurant has Spanish themed meals, which you guys will see here in a moment, but the thing to know is that during the daytime it still has the traditional brunch from Razzle Dazzle that you know and love, but at dinner it serves the Rojo menu. And you guys, look at the decor of this restaurant. This is such a beautiful layout. My goodness, I just could not believe it when I walked in. It was absolutely breathtaking. One thing you'll notice is this area here to the right where you can actually sit and have small tapas. So I feel like this is a really good meeting space, and this is going to be a great place to come and just sit and have drinks and really enjoy yourself. Also, as you get further back, similar to Razzle Dazzle, you will also find the bar area here. And as a solo traveler, I find it to be very easy to come into these restaurants and sit at the bar and eat, because sometimes people struggle with wanting to sit at a table and be seen eating alone. These are perfectly hidden and great spots to connect with other solo travelers and have your meal. Now, I know why you stuck around. Let's get into the food at Rojo. Similar to the other restaurants on board, you're going to have cocktails and wines that are unique to this venue. Now, one thing that I will tell you is that the menu is not very large, but I think it is packed with enough options and the right things because everything was so good. There's also a treat yourself option, which is $70, which you can pay an upcharge for, that is lobster. Now, let's get into the food. They started with this bread, which was decent, but it was just nothing special. This oxtail here, this is the best thing they have. You have to get this. The shrimp small plate, I wasn't a huge fan. It just has one shrimp on it with some bread. It wasn't my favorite thing, but it was decent. Now, the person next to me ordered this salmon, so I snapped a picture so you guys could see it. But this steak, I did eat. It comes pre-cut like this, and it has the toppings of the onions and all of that. You guys, it was so good, and that lemon just gave it an extra kick. Now, there's no way I'm going to attempt to say the actual names of these meals, but these baby back ribs, mark my words, you have to get them. They were so tender and good. And that sauce, ooh, Now, I am a churro lover, so these churros with chocolate on the end were absolutely amazing. Thanks for joining me on this Brilliant Lady tour preview. If you're interested in booking this or any other Virgin Voyages cruise, be sure to reach out to me via email. I'll see you next time. Bye!